Today, Sha'Carri Richardson ensured that the fastest time of the 2025 season in the 4x100-meter women's relay stays with the U.S. So let's break it down. Jacia Sears started off the blocks, passing the baton to Sha'Carri. After another good run and a smooth changeover with Kayla White, it was for the 2023 world champion. Thanks to the first three sprinters, she had a lead that she only had to make longer. But after she comfortably pulled her team through to the final, Richardson was tight-lipped in the mixed zone about a certain personnel change. The U.S. women won their 4x100-meter semifinal of the World Athletics Championships in a world lead of 41.60s. Germany followed in behind at 41.86, and Great Britain was third in 41.88. Richardson clocked the second fastest split of her team, i.e., 10.14. Significantly, this was the relay team's biggest event since the departure of head relay coach Michelle Freeman earlier this year. But when asked about their new coach in the post-race interview, White shrugged and said, "It's been fine," as Richardson added, "No comment. No comment. We've been great, and we're going to continue to be great because as athletes, our women are going to show up and our coach and athletes that we all have the same common goal. So, no comment to the coach change." In March 2025, USA Track and Field, USATF, announced the appointment of Daryl Woodson as the head relay coach for all international teams. Daryl Woodson is the ideal coach to lead our new model under the direction of our co-general managers, Wallace Spearman and Michael Nussa, and we are excited to begin execution and deliver, read their statement. But is there more to the story? Well, Michelle Freeman, days after the US staff announcement, posted the following cryptic message. Imagine building a home from the ground up, and when it's finished and everything proves to work so nicely, someone else moves in and takes it over. Yeah, enjoy. Smirking face. This had fans speculating about the meaning of the comment and the timing of it, leading some to wonder about the motivations behind replacing Freeman. Because under Freeman, the U.S. women's relay team enjoyed a glut of success. She led the team to 3 consecutive gold medals in the 4x100m relay at the 2022 and 2023 World Championships and the 2024 Paris Olympics. And in that race of the 2022 Worlds, she engineered a huge upset victory over the Jamaican Big Three of Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Shericka Jackson. Not to mention, Richardson has known Freeman since her early days. In fact, Freeman was one of the people to recognize Richardson's anchor potential. In a podcast appearance, she said, "I worked with Sha'Carri on a junior team, and she ran the third leg. And she runs an amazing third leg. She's one of the best anchors of all time that I have. She showed it. She showed the people running. She showed the world that she was the best anchor leg." But if the reporter was looking for a juicy soundbite from Richardson, her words about Woodson were nothing but diplomatic. And when she was asked about the performance at the 4x100-meter relay semis, she simply said, "Everything these ladies said." Nevertheless, they have qualified and will be sprinting for gold tomorrow. Sha'Carri Richardson was the picture of confidence after the semifinal. Though she had little to say about the new coach, Sha'Carri Richardson had no such qualms about her performance today. "Once I got the baton, I knew I'd just have to finish the race," said Richardson. "Mission accomplished today. We want to bring back that gold again." Although Team USA will face stiff competition in the form of Jamaica in the final, who finished their semi in 41.80s, the Americans are still tipped to win. Because Melissa Jefferson Wooden, the new 100m and 200-meter world champion, is set to join the lineup, potentially in the anchor spot, with Richardson running an earlier leg. But with the U.S. and Jamaica recording sub-42 finishes in the semis, fans can anticipate a nail-biting face-off in the final. Can Jamaica stage an upset of their own this time, or is Team USA's firepower too explosive to dampen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. On an evening when the scoreboard read 41.60, and the arena hummed with the kind of electricity that makes stadium lights seem brighter. The U.S. women's 4x100m team did what Americans have come to expect. They ran fast, they changed cleanly, and they left the competition guessing. The performance itself, a world lead for the 2025 season, was textbook in its execution. Sha'Carri exploded off the blocks, Sha'Carri navigated the second leg with power and composure, Kayla White managed the crucial third leg and the final handoff, and Sha'Carri Richardson, the 2023 world champion, closed with the authority of someone who knows how to finish. On paper, it was an ordinary relay success. In the mixed zone afterward, however, the mood shifted from celebration to evasiveness. Reporters asked about a change just as significant, perhaps more so, than the baton exchanges that had put the Americans into the final. The departure of longtime head relay coach Michelle Freeman and the appointment of Daryl Woodson as USATF's new head relay coach. The answers, particularly Richardson's terse, no comment. No comment, and Kayla White shrugged, "It's been fine," landed like small detonations. They were brief, diplomatic, and to many watching, noticeably guarded. Those clip responses, combined with a cryptic social media post from Freeman and the timing of the coaching change, have since become the seedbed for dozens of conspiracy theories about what really happened behind the scenes of one of track's highest-performing programs. Before we delve into whispers and online sleuthing, the race itself deserves a close read. The U.S. team's 41.60 was the fastest mark of the season and a statement of depth, for athletes each contributing a high-caliber segment and executing the changeovers with discipline. In relays, the baton handover is often what separates chaos from championships. The U.S. quartet showed why relay clinics and relentless practice matter. Sha'Carri, known for a strong start, gave the team immediate momentum and a good position against staggered lanes. Sha'Carri extended that with a leg that was both aggressive and controlled, and Kayla White's gift to Richardson was a textbook exchange that preserved speed without risking a fumble. Richardson's split, reported as 10.14, was the second fastest of the quartet. In isolation, that is a headline number. Running a 10.14 relay split translates to an elite open 100 performance and indicates that Richardson is as lethal as ever when the baton is in her hands. But in the relay context, it's even more meaningful. It shows she can absorb the race's pressure and still deliver. Her finish was unhurried and authoritative, a fitting capstone to a performance that was both efficient and loud in the global standings. Two other details made the semifinal feel loaded with subtext. First, Germany, 41.86, and Great Britain, 41.88, ran well, leaving a gap wide enough to suggest that the U.S. performance was not an everyday happenstance. Second, the timing of this race, the team's first major outing since Freeman's exit, meant that attention would shift naturally from the stopwatch to the coaching staff. In a sport where stability and trust between coaches and athletes often underpin world-class results, a change at the top is not a mere personnel update. It is a story. If you measure success in trophies and the appending of expectations, Michelle Freeman's tenure reads like a case study. Under her guidance, the U.S. women's 4x100m unit captured 3 consecutive global golds across a window that included World Championships and the Olympics, the 2022 Worlds, 2023 Worlds, and the 2024 Paris Olympics. Freeman's most headline-grabbing victory was the 2022 Worlds, when her team outmaneuvered and out-executed the Jamaican Big Three, a group featuring Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelley and Fraser-Price, and Shericka Jackson, on their way to a stunning upset. That race remains a touchstone in modern sprinting because it combined tactical precision with flawless baton execution against a clear favorite. Beyond the medals, Freeman's influence extended into hardware and heart. She cultivated the chemistry and trust crucial to successful relays, rhythm, timing, and a tacit understanding of one another's stride patterns. For athletes who spend years fine-tuning starts, drive phases, and top-end mechanics, Freeman offered a culture that connected personal excellence to collective achievement. Notably, she had a long-standing relationship with Sha'Carri Richardson dating to the younger athlete's early days. Freeman's belief in Richardson's anchor ability was not new. She'd coached Richardson on junior teams and, in public comments, praised Sha'Carri's capacity as a late-leg finisher. That history, shared by coach and athlete, makes Freeman's departure feel less administrative and more personal. In March 2025, USA Track and Field announced the appointment of Daryl Woodson as head relay coach for all international teams. The statement framed Woodson as a leader for our new model under co-general managers Wallace Spearman and Michael Nussa. At face value, the messaging suggested a new strategy and a refreshed organizational approach, a consolidation of relay responsibilities under one head coach, guided by a dual manager structure intended to professionalize relay preparation across international competitions. That kind of restructuring is not unusual in elite sport. Governing bodies iterate on structures all the time, trying to introduce efficiencies, inject new voices, or align national teams with performance models. But the announcement's aftermath, measured in social media ripples, an abrupt coaching departure, and a terse on-camera no comment, suggests the change didn't land quietly. It is important to be careful here. Coaching shifts frequently have benign explanations, contract endings, new opportunities, personal decisions, and far too often the gossipy narrative distracts from a mundane reality. Yet Freeman's own post, shared only days after the USATF statement, added a dramatic flavor that invitations conspiracy more than it settles it. Imagine building a home from the ground up, and when it's finished and everything proves to work so nicely, someone else moves in and takes it over. Yeah, enjoy. Smirking face, it was brief, but its tone and timing were combustible in the court of public opinion. The mixed zone after a race is where raw emotion meets media choreography. Athletes are caught between adrenaline, exhaustion, and a need to manage public narratives. What they say, and what they refuse to say, becomes the currency of post-race coverage. So Kayla White's "it's been fine" and Richardson's repeated "no comment" were not merely defensive soundbites, they were signals.